Hey everybody, welcome to a Mike Talk on a Thursday. So glad that you guys are with me. Happy Thursday. I don't know what that means, but it's the Christmas season, so check out that tree. It's starting to drink less. You know how that works. You got to give trees as much as possible so that they keep green. And this thing started off with about 2 gallons. I think it's about a 2.5 gallon tank that holds it in place. And usually about a gallon a day for the first 2 weeks, and then it dwindles down, and now we're about a quart a day. A quart a day is keeping it going, so it's definitely taking less water. I don't know why I told you that. Just thought I'd tell you all the stuff that we do for this tree, and we had a great time at the party last night. A lot of people, over 100 people came in here, and we enjoyed a good time. And if you were there, we're thankful for you, and we're thankful for all of you that have partnered with Song and Sword. You've been with us through this whole 8 or 9 month process, I guess 9 months now. And the Lord has done a great thing. He's opened doors, He's expanded our ministry online, He's started a church, and you're welcome to join us. We'd love to have you anytime if you're in Central Illinois at 9 and 10:30. I need to say this though, it's only 9 and 10:30 on the 24th, Christmas Eve, no children's programming, and then on the 31st, New Year's Eve, 9 o'clock service only. Want to have church on that Sunday, but we realize a lot of people may not be able to make it live. So make your plans accordingly. We want you at Song and Sword Church no matter what, all the time. If you can't be there live, be there online, and I'll give you some more announcements as we get closer. Today we're going to continue that theme. I hope you're enjoying this theme of Christmas is all about a child being born. It's all about a son being born. And more than that, miraculously being born. So we come to 1 Samuel chapter 1, and we find the story of this woman named Hannah, who, guess what, is again, she's barren. She's unable to have children. And we have to remind ourselves, culturally speaking, in her position, the thing she wanted, the thing that brought her most joy, that would bring a woman the most joy back in that day, was to have a child. I think we probably knocked that down a little bit too much in our culture. And I still think it's one of the things that brings a woman the greatest joy is to try to have a child and to have a child. And the inability to do so, I've prayed with and cried with lots of women through the ordeal of infertility. And it's hard. And so Hannah is one of those ladies who is like, I want a child. And she went up to worship. The temple was not built yet, and the house of the Lord was not yet there. They had a tent where the Ark of the Covenant was kept in a place called Shiloh. You can look that up on a map and check it out. But Hannah wanted a child, so her and her husband went to Shiloh to worship one of the annual feasts. And while they're there, she's weeping and crying, and the high priest Eli sees her. He thinks she's drunk, and he says, "Woman, what are you doing at the tent of the Lord drunk?" And she says, "I'm not drunk, my Lord. I'm praying. I'm so overcome with emotion because I want a child." And Eli, in a providential moment, says, "You will have a child this time next year." Well, a year from later, she has this miracle child named Samuel. And I'm going to pick it up after he's weaned. By the way, the prayer of Hannah is effective. That's why we ask you to pray with us every day at 149. And that's also why we say, if you need us to pray for you, text prayer to that number on the screen, and we'll definitely be praying for you, because God listens to prayer and He does miracles, as is the case of this prayer for Hannah for a child. So she gives birth to Samuel, and then she goes to her husband Elkanah and says, "Elkanah, I believe that he needs to be given back to God. He's a gift from God. I want to give him back." Let's learn something from this woman. So they go to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. He is now weaned, which means he's probably 5 or 6 years old. And here's 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 26. She said, "Oh, my Lord," talking to Eli, "as you live, my Lord, I am the woman who is standing here in your presence praying to the Lord. For this child I prayed, and the Lord has granted me my petition that I made to him. Therefore I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he is lent to the Lord," and he worshiped the Lord there. I don't know why they use the word lent, because lent in our culture kind of means, hey, I'm going to lend you something, but I'm going to take it back. It's still mine. I think it's a Hebrew word that's hard to understand and translate, but understanding what we know about her heart and what actually happened here, she's giving Samuel to the Lord. And I think there's the important lesson for us today on this Thursday. Everything that God has given to me, I give back to him. Hannah prayed for a son, and the Lord gave her Samuel. But really, Samuel was not Hannah's and not Elkanah's. He belongs to the Lord, as do your children and your grandchildren. This is a lesson first and foremost for our relationships. We can pray for all that God gives us. And when God gives us a child, when God gives us a grandchild, you know what we have to do? We have to give them back. I use this verse for hundreds of baby dedications that I've done throughout the years. And it's a chance for us to be reminded, our kids, even though they're miracle ones, our grandkids, even though they're miracles, all of them are, they're not ours. We give them back. And that then floats into every part of our life. Everything we have, Lord, we give it back to you because it's yours anyway. We're just here to take care of it. And so I hope that'll encourage you today. The story of Hannah, another miraculous birth of a son, and we learn to give back to the Lord what he's given to us. God bless you guys. Peace.